What is up, guys? This is Rich with Red Phone Video, and you might be wondering why you're looking at this backdrop here, this Razorback backdrop. It's a t-shirt that I just got in from Umbrella Entertainment, and I just had this package show up on my front porch, and I was really excited because I actually forgot that I ordered this shit. I want to say I ordered this like months back. I mean, it had to have been at the beginning of the year. But, you know, anyway, I got it in, and I'm really happy because not only did I get this t-shirt, and just look how badass that looks, by the way. Like, I mean, it looks like an 80s heavy metal hair band album cover. I don't know, it just looks sweet. But anyway, so I got these movies in from Umbrella Entertainment. And I was really excited because, like I said, I forgot about a lot of this stuff that I ordered. But before I show off the Razorback 4K here, this big box, this chunky box, before I show that off, I'm going to show you some of the other movies that I got from Umbrella. And sorry guys, if this video seems like it's, you know, kind of chaotic and unhinged at times, it's because I'm really loopy, I'm tired, I'm hungover. But yeah, I'm going to show you the first thing that I got from Umbrella, and it's this movie. First off, this is A Tale of Two Sisters, by the way. But I want to explain to you guys really quick about Umbrella Entertainment, who they are, you know, just in case you don't know. Now, I figure a lot of you physical media heads will probably already know who Umbrella Entertainment is, but they're basically an indie distribution company that they manage like theatrical, physical, and digital releases of mainly Australian films and like Ozploitation films. Of course, that's not what this is. This is a South Korean horror film. A Tale of Two Sisters. I'm just going to show that real quick. Look at that. That is sweet. That is badass. But that's basically who Umbrella Entertainment is. They recently partnered with Vinegar Syndrome, but I had to order these directly from the Umbrella website because these were website exclusives. And if you'll notice here, I think a lot of these might be sold out now, because look at that. This is 233 out of 350. They only made 350 of these. Damn. Okay, so I was really happy to get my hands on this. But yeah, just to give you, I'm not going to run through like the plot of all these movies. I'll briefly talk about this one though, because I love A Tale of Two Sisters. Like I think a lot of people, when they you know, people think of like Asian horror, they tend to think of like you know, films like Ringu or Dark Water or Ju-on. You know, when I think of Asian horror, I'm either thinking of like Audition or this. Like, and like I said, this is a South Korean horror film. It's not Japanese, but this is one of the best, like, one of the best Asian horror films I've seen. And they remade this movie in 2009, kinda. It was like a half-assed remake with Elizabeth Banks. It was called The Uninvited. I'm not a big fan of that movie. Not a big fan. But this film is great, and I'm just going to show you guys really quick. It comes with a book here. Tale of Two Sisters, a collection of interviews, experiences, and art. So yeah, that's pretty cool. This book, and then it comes with these lobby cards. You know, and I feel like, I'm not going to go through all these, but I feel like a lot of these boutique labels are getting pretty, you know, they're starting to include lobby cards, which is cool. I mean, I like lobby cards. I'm not going to complain. I just noticed a lot more of releases, especially like with Second Sight. You know, they do a lot of lobby cards, and you know, so I think it's pretty cool. I'm not really going to do anything with them, but let's see. I prefer posters myself, but lobby cards are cool. But yeah, so here's the cover. Yeah, and just to briefly describe this movie, you know, it's basically about this teenage girl. She gets out of a mental institution, and she's like really overprotective of her sister. She goes back home to her family's estate out in the country, and she has to contend with like evil spirits in the house, like ghosts, and then she has to deal with like her evil stepmother, who's really great in the film, by the way, like acting wise. It's awesome. This is a great movie. I'll just show you the back there. And so yeah, I really don't know if you can still pick this up, but if you can, you should get your hands on it, because as far as I know, like, I know the DVD's out of print, but this was like one of the most like seminal films of the early 2000s as far as like Asian horror goes. You know, it was pretty much Ringu and this and Audition. Like this film really, I know a lot of people, it probably like flew past their radar, but I saw it in the early 2000s and I really enjoyed it. And I don't think I have my DVD anymore, but that's why I was so glad to pick this sucker up. So, A Tale of Two Sisters. And I love this packaging too, this rigid cover here. Cool stuff. Alright, so moving on to the next movie, we have Kids. The Larry Clark 90s classic, written by Harmony Korine. Kids. And if you haven't seen this movie, you probably are not a product of the 90s like me. I mean, I was born in the 80s, but I came up in the 90s. And this movie, I mean, everybody was talking about Kids in high school, you know, junior high. I think I saw this in junior high. I saw this movie when I was way too young, guys. But if you haven't seen it, it's one of the most controversial films, you know, definitely from that era. Larry Clark's films in general they tend to be highly controversial, especially like Bully and Ken Park. Ken Park is a fucking messed up movie if you guys haven't seen it. But Kids was it was pretty cutting edge, and I believe one of Harvey Weinstein's subsidiary companies distributed the movie originally, because, you know, it had trouble finding a home. But I'm just going to show you guys the slipcover here, because that's badass. It looks very urban, and that's exactly how this movie feels too. It just feels very gritty and grimy, and you feel like you need to take a shower after you watch Kids. But I like that. That's cool. And this was definitely, for a lot of people who don't know, you know, Rosario Dawson and Chloe Sevigny, they got their start from this movie. Larry Clark just discovered a lot of these kids on the street. You know, he would see them like skateboarding and probably getting fucked up and just hanging out, smoking weed. And he basically just put them in this movie. And you get a look at the back there. It's looks like Telly with that girl Darcy. God, Telly, what an asshole. Like, when you watch this movie now, like, it's kind of fucked up. Like, when I was young and I watched it, like, the movie didn't faze me, but you watch it now and it's really somber, it's depressing, and you just see how fucking messed up it is. I just see it from a different perspective now. But I still think it's a good film. It's a very artistic film. It has a documentary feel, you know. But by the way, this comes with a book, another book. So that's pretty awesome. You see Telly up there getting it on with that virgin girl. And then you got Chloe in there. So I think this book, basically it just says a collection of behind the scenes commentary and art. So I imagine it's just a bunch of stills, you know. which would be interesting to look at because, you know, Larry Clark was a photographer, a very renowned photographer before he got into film. But yeah, Larry Clark is a very, very controversial filmmaker. Another thing this came with was an original film cell. Now, I don't know if we'll be able to see this in the light. We might be able to get a good look at that. I can't tell. My eyes are so fucking shot. It's probably Telly, like, raping somebody. Or Casper. But that's the film cell that it comes with. So I thought that was cool. Now, I don't know if you're able to still get this one either. It seems like this one was selling like hotcakes. I'm not sure. But, yeah, kids. I mean, it's a good film to me. Like, I still like it. I know a lot of people in our age of cancel culture are really trying to come down on this movie. Like, retroactively just cancel this film. And, you know, everybody claims it's so problematic because of the content. But that was the point, you know. This film had a certain verisimilitude to it. And it just captured that urban lifestyle, you know, that... I mean, you know that kids like this, especially in the 90s, they existed. I mean, I went to school with fucking kids like this. But, yeah, it looks like it's got some pretty cool bonus features on there. And by the way, these are Region B, for a lot of people who didn't know. So I don't know. You know, sometimes they tell you it's Region B, I've noticed. And, like, they're not. Like, they're region free. So I don't really know if this is going to play. I mean, I do have a region free player, but yeah, just to warn you guys, like, if you're going to buy some of this shit and you don't have a region free player, a multi-region player, look for that. But yeah, this was also a limited edition. They only made 500 of these. Holy shit. Okay, and this is number 106 out of 500. See, when I first heard about these announcements, like, I get a lot of emails from boutique labels. As soon as I saw this being put out, because I believe this is the first time this ever, you know, got a Blu-ray release, to my knowledge. But as soon as I saw the announcement, I jumped on it, man. Because kids, I mean, it's a great film. I haven't revisited the movie in, I would say, I don't know, it's probably been close to 10 years. But, you know, great film. A lot of memorable lines in the movie. I have no legs. Then there's the whole scene. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I could go through the whole thing. Like, do you happen to have this dig? And, you know, there's just, I don't know. There's so many, like, funny moments that I used to laugh at when I was a youngster watching this. But that is Kids, and I'm going to show you guys what else I got. All right, so next up, guys, we got, holy shit, we have the Stinko-Vision version of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And by the way, just to let you know, this is a scratch and sniff cinema experience. So I'm going to explain that. Honestly, had no idea what the hell this was when I first saw it. And by the way, this is a region, an all-region version of this. So, but yeah, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I mean, who doesn't know about this movie? Who doesn't love this movie? I mean, the thing about I'm sorry, like, I don't want to be hyperbolic here, but this is a masterpiece. I mean, this movie is. I mean, it is. Like, for people who say that the second one is better than the first one, I mean, take that shit on down the road. I mean, this movie is just, it's serious, man. Like, it's grounded. Like, even though the idea is just silly and stupid, I mean, the fact that this movie, it's not that it takes itself too seriously. It's just, I don't know, it's dark, it's dramatic, and it has a philosophy behind it, man. It's just a beautiful film. And it doesn't get, like, wrapped up in all this hokiness and, you know, like all the other films did. And you know, I don't know. But anyway, the Stinko Vision, I love the Turtles. I'm sorry. Like, I could talk about this movie all day. I mean, I grew up on this film, and I feel like the second act, like when they're at the farmhouse, like I feel like that shit is so good that it needs to be taught in film schools. Anyway, this is the Stinko Vision version. So just to show you guys kind of what it is, they give you this little insert here, and so you sniff each one. You sniff the card. It's really gimmicky, like back in the old days, like the William Castle days. But this is like it's a pretty cool experience. I mean, I haven't tried it yet, but I imagine it's a cool experience because, you know, when you watch the movie, these icons will pop up on the screen, and when they do, you sniff each corresponding icon, and it's supposed to immerse you into the movie. It's supposed to give you the full turtle experience. So yeah, Stinko Vision. When I saw that, I was like, man, I gotta get that shit. I actually was gonna hold off at first because I do have this movie on Blu-ray already, and I wasn't gonna show you guys because it's too much of a digression and it's not Umbrella, but I'll show you anyway because I like this. For people who don't know about this, this was a cool like pizza box set of the Turtles, you know, and it came with of course, you know, the first one, Secret of the Ooze, Turtles and Tom, you know, and then the TMNT, the, you know, the animated one. But yeah, this was it was a cool addition. This I really thought, like, I don't know, like I just like the box, you know. I'm a big packaging guy. I just love packaging. But yeah, the Turtles, I had to get this. Had to get it. You guys need to get it too. It's a fucking classic, and yeah, that's it. Okay, last but not least, boom, we have the Razorback, chunky, robust, just, I can barely pick it up, it's so damn heavy. But yeah, this is cool. This is really fucking cool. Yeah, Razorback, the novel. It actually comes with the novel. I've noticed that Umbrella, I don't know if I'm sure they're doing this intentionally, but like I said about Second Sight, like their packaging is starting to remind me of Second Sight. They're really showing out with this shit. I mean, look at that. That's just gonna stand out in anybody's library. That makes me want to watch it right now. But yeah, so I'm gonna show you kind of what's on the inside of Razorback. First off, for those who haven't seen Razorback, this is an 80s horror film. It's kind of a Jaws ripoff, but it mainly deals with a killer pig, killer boar out in the Australian outback. And that's really all you need to know about it. It's pretty awesome. It's directed by Russell Mulcahy. He actually directed some Duran Duran videos, and he directed like the Kim Carnes video, Betty Davis Eyes, and I believe this was his first foray into feature filmmaking. But yeah, wonderfully bizarre, almost Dali-esque. This is a place where the full moon never wanes. So yeah, I'm going to show you what's on the inside. Finally, we got some more lobby cards. Now, like I said, I'm not going to go through all these, but because I mean, who gives a shit about lobby cards, right? I think it's pretty cool. It's a, you know, pretty cool little novelty item, but yeah, I can't go through all those. That would just drag this video out longer than it already is. But I am going to show you the goods here. The slipcover. I mean, that is just awesome. That is just beautiful. Very beautiful. And look at you got the hunter. Like, oh man, this movie is just fun. It's fun. You know, it's silly, but it's meant to be. You know, you have to kind of view it as a comedy somewhat. But I love it just because, like, it was written by Everett DeRoche, who I'm a big fan of Everett DeRoche. He wrote, like, Patrick. He wrote Long Weekend, Road Games, like all these like great, you know, Australian thrillers. Everett DeRoche was like, you know, any movie that he wrote. Another one he did called Harlequin. That's really good. But he teamed up with Richard Franklin a lot, the director. But I love anything that Everett DeRoche wrote. And Razorback is definitely one of them. But yeah, this is a slip. And then this is a 4K, by the way. Now, just to let you guys know that this, I believe this is part of a disc replacement program that's going on right now with Umbrella. So this disc may be faulty. I want to say that they're shipping some new ones in September. I'm not sure. But yeah, there's no, as far as I know, there's no like HDR or Dolby Vision on this thing. So I don't know. I've been hearing like some pretty bad reviews on this disc so far. I don't want to speak out of school or any shit like that. But one of the things that's wrong with it is the fact that the 4K is not region free. And as we all know, or I would assume most of you know, that 4Ks, they're not region locked. So that was kind of a fuck up, a little faux pas on the part of Umbrella. Not to throw anyone under the bus. I love Umbrella and I love this release, but I'm curious to know what the transfer looks like, and you know, is it worthy of an upgrade? I don't know. I'm not here to review that. I'm just here to admire the packaging. So yeah, I got the slipcover, and you know, I do have another version of this movie too. But first off, let me just show you the fucking book that's on the inside. I mean, this is just crazy. Get out of the way. Yeah. My God, this is the whole novel. I mean, the entire Peter Brennan fucking novel. I mean, this is it. Like, my God, I'm getting lost in it right now. Holy shit. Yeah, so that's awesome, guys. Like, that is the bomb.com and the shit.net. But yeah, I'm gonna put that back in there. And yeah, like I said, I do have another version of this film. Let me see if I can share the screen with it. Like, okay, yeah. This was a Blu-ray of Razorback that actually came out almost around the same time. This was released earlier this year by Scream Factory. Let's get that there. Scream Factory, yeah. So, I mean, if you're a fan of this film, like, you're going to want to probably pick up the 4K. But like I said, I don't know anything about the transfer. I just, you know, I've seen this one, and like, I mean, this looks pretty good to me. Like I said, I'm not this, you know, tech spec expert. If I'm really looking at a 4K to study it, I will study it. But for the most part, I'm so like engaged with a film that I'm not looking at the you know, a lot of the technical stuff. Like, I have to really analyze it, you know. And like, as far as the grain detail and the color timing and all that, this looked pretty good. So, you know, if you just want to pick it up for a cheap price, get your hands on the Blu-ray. But, you know, if you really love Razorback, then pick up this thick bastard, because this is a bad boy right here. And this is, I don't even know if you can pick this up anymore. I really don't. Like, I'm telling you to pick all this shit up, but I honestly don't know if any of this stuff is even available. You may be able to pick them up if they still have them in stock. This is, it looks like they made 700 of these. This is number 116. So yeah, I'm real proud to have this. Like, this is gonna really stand out in my collection here. But yeah, that's really about all I can say about Razorback. I mean, I could talk more about it, but I'm kind of tired. So yeah, I'm gonna push this to the side. I'm gonna give you one last look at this t-shirt here, and I can show off a little bit more of it. Yeah, it's basically the cover that you saw already, but I can show off the back for you guys too. Probably can't get a full view of it. But that's basically it. You guys get the idea. The t-shirt is basically like the movie cover. Oh shit, and also, I almost forgot. This figurine. It comes with the Razorback, the boar. So yeah, that is just awesome, man. Look at that, dangerous or dead. And I love that quote. For anyone who's seen this movie, there's something about blasting the shit out of a Razorback that brightens up my whole day. I mean, that is fucking iconic. But yeah. So that's cool. This was a cool little collectible. I mean, they showed out with this release. You got the collectible, you got the t-shirt, and you got this. So that's it, guys. That's it. I just wanted to show you all the stuff that I picked up from Umbrella Entertainment. Like I said, I got Razorback, I got the Stinkovision Turtles, and I got Kids, and A Tale of Two Sisters. So yeah, that is it. Just wanted to show this shit off, and that's it, guys. Be sure to stab the like button, and if you like what you saw, then I'll make more videos like this. If you don't, then tell me how much I suck in the comments. But that's it, guys. You've been listening to Rich with Red Phone Video. Catch you next time.